What's up, dude? Today we're making hot honey chicken tenders using an old school KFC technique that gives you this really wonderful crispy finish. We're also making what might be the only homemade ranch recipe you're ever gonna use, the one that made Wingstop famous. Not that I love their wings, but I think there is no debate at this point that their ranch is on point. Now let's go! For starters, I wanna keep this recipe extremely simple so we can really focus on the flavors from the hot honey. And so in order to tenderize our tenders, we're first just gonna start by soaking them in pure buttermilk. I've done videos where I've tested a whole range of different tenderizing methods for chicken, whether it be mechanical or like enzyme based like pineapple. And the best methods by far were either using yogurt or buttermilk. That just had the most impact on tenderizing. And I let these go in the buttermilk for 4 hours. For tenders, I think that is plenty of time, but you could go up to 8 as well. Then I simply just strain them off and then rinse them off really well before putting them on a sheet pan lined with paper towel to dry them off. While our tendies soak in the buttermilk, this is the perfect time to blast out our hot honey, and I'm actually going to be using fresh chilies as well as dried chilies for it. Let's go. And I'm starting with these Fresno chilies. And you don't really need to like slice them gracefully. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure they're not too thick. And we also don't need to worry about seeds. So what I'm really hoping is that this hot honey is kind of fruity, because both Fresnos and Habanero are on that fruity side. So let's see what we get, and we'll blast out these Habaneros as well. Just make sure you clean your space and your hands really well after working with hot chilies. Like, don't go straight to the bathroom, okay? Because yowza! I've done it before in my early days of cooking, and yeah, it's the rest of the day is not fun. So just be aware. And now we're gonna get a bunch of honey into the pot because we're gonna be heating it up. That is how you make hot honey. I know a lot of people will disagree with this because you kill all the benefits that are in the honey when you warm it up to a certain temperature. But like, this is a thing for fried chicken. So people get mad about like heating up the honey and then it's like you're eating it with fried chicken or pizza. So I don't know. You could definitely do a cold extraction too, but that takes a lot longer. So we're just gonna do it the easy way. Now we'll kick this on low heat. We'll add all of our fresh chilies here, along with a little pinch of salt. And keeping that heat low, we'll just let these chilies melt into the honey. Once it's warmed up here, I'm gonna add the apple cider vinegar and continue to cook. So I just warmed that up over low heat for about like 2 or 3 minutes. Now I've turned the heat off and I'm just gonna let it steep for another few minutes. And after it's been sitting here a few minutes, the dried chili I'm gonna be adding is Kashmiri chili powder, which is extremely mild, but gives an incredible red color. So really for me, it's just about the color. Don't need too much. And after that goes in, we can go ahead and just strain this off. I don't want all the whole chilies in here. Just getting the honey out, and I'll just squeeze that through a little bit, and it's literally that easy. Hot honey done. All we gotta do now is let this cool down. You can definitely make simpler versions by simply using just chili flakes if you want to, but I just love the fruity flavor this has from the habaneros and the Fresnos, along with this darker color from the Kashmiri chili powder. For my spice level, if I had to go 1 through 10, I would put this at like a 7 or an 8. It's like pushing it a little for me, but the taste is really good. If you want to make it less spicy, just use less chilies. On a side note, as a chef, there are plenty of times I've made a visit to the supermarket in search of a great steak, only to leave empty-handed because nothing there caught my eye. And that is one of the reasons I love today's sponsor, ButcherBox. So instead of hoping I find something good at the store, I know exactly what I'm getting, which is high quality beef, chicken, pork, and seafood delivered right to my door. And you can build your box from over 100 different cuts, pick exactly what you want, and change it anytime. It makes meal planning and meal prep just so much easier. And for me, quality is everything. ButcherBox delivers clean, whole food protein from animals raised without antibiotics or added hormones, so I always feel good about what I'm cooking for my family and friends. My latest box had this beef bottom round roast, some organic chicken tenders, as well as organic chicken thighs, this wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, and this 100% grass-fed ground beef. If you want an easier way to keep high quality protein at home, then look no further than ButcherBox. And right now you can get $60 off when you click the link down in the description. You can also just scan the QR code on screen or just enter the code ThatDudeCanCook at checkout, plus you'll get free protein for a year. Thank you, ButcherBox, for sponsoring the video. Now back to the recipe. Now to take these tenders to the next level, we're gonna do another quick little marination process, starting with soy sauce and secret ingredient chicken bouillon. This really sets it off. Some hot sauce of choice. I love this Zab's, actually. It's really good. And I'm simply just gonna mix this up and add a little bit of oil, just neutral oil. And then we'll drop all of our tenders in here and give them a little mixy mix. And because everything we have in here is so potent, like I wouldn't go longer than like 30 minutes with this. This is just like a quick final marinade before the dredging process. For the fried chicken flour dredge, like I said, we're keeping it really simple. So we're starting with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, which will help it get crunchy and stay crunchy, 2 tablespoons smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons onion powder, 4 teaspoons garlic powder, and a whole bunch of black pepper. I can't tell exactly how much is going in, but I think I'm gonna do about 3 teaspoons. And that's it, just give it a really thorough mix. And that's your flour dredge done. Now, seeing as how hot honey is not my favorite thing in the world, I never really got the hype. I'm gonna be making some buttermilk ranch for these tenders as well, because you just kind of need to have it, and it is the best thing you could ever have with tenders. Sorry, it's true, just facts. Little pro tip here too, always buy this one that you mix with buttermilk and mayo. It is the best one. And so you're just gonna start by adding 1 cup of buttermilk, followed by 1 cup of mayonnaise, and 1 whole packet of this stuff right here. And I like adding some fresh cut chives to this. Chive flavor in here is great, and just a little squeeze of lemon as well. Nothing too fancy. If for some reason you don't want to use the packets, or you live abroad and you simply can't find them, I have a recipe for homemade ranch dressing that uses your own spices. That's actually pretty darn close to this, so I'll put that down in the description under the video if you want to try making that instead. But basically, you just give it all a good whisk, and you'll see as you whisk it up, it doesn't look that thick, but as this sits in the fridge, it thickens up a lot, so keep that in mind. So after just 20 minutes in that strong marinade, I think it's enough. We'll go straight into the flour. Toss, toss, toss. And now I believe this next move is like an old school famous KFC thing. Someone can verify in the comments, but I'm pretty sure KFC used to use this method to fry their chicken. I don't know if they still do, but we're gonna dip it in water. I'm not gonna go too long here either, maybe 10 seconds. So I don't want it to wash off. We just want it to kind of saturate. Out we go, back into the flour. And then we're gonna just toss, toss, toss. And what we're trying to do here is build up all these little grooves along the outside of the chicken, which it's happening. What also works really well is a shake like this to sort of open it up. And if you can, go straight from the flour dredge into the oil and let it swim a little bit like this. Because if you leave it on a sheet pan or something prior to frying it, you're gonna get one side flattened out. All those little grooves you made doing the flour work, you wanna keep them. So going straight into the oil just makes sense. If you need to put them on something before going into the oil, like let's say you're doing a lot, you can use a sheet pan lined with a wire rack, and that works pretty good. So there we are after just 4 minutes, and you can see all those little grooves that have been piling up. And once all my chicken was fried up, it was time to serve it up with the ranch and the hot honey and see which one we prefer. All right, Marcus, are you a hot honey guy? Because like, I'm not really. I've tried it on pizza and things and it's okay, but I'm not like, I don't know. I go both.
Wow. Hot honey, ranch boy.
I mean, I get it.
Go
if
both.
I just go home, I'm going ranch. Tenders and ranch, man, will never not be good. Okay, both?
Double. I like both.
Let's try both.
It's the only way I ever have it too. Chicken sandwich, hot honey, and ranch. Honey's the sweetest thing ever, so you need something.
I don't know if I've ever gone hot honey and ranch like that. I actually really enjoyed that bite. I think I enjoyed it more than pure ranch. Something about that mix.
I do it on pizza too.
Yeah, because the ranch brings back some like acidity, you know what I mean? It cuts through all the sweetness of the hot honey.
Yeah.
And by the way, this hot honey with the fresh chilies and the Kashmiri chili powder, it's delicious. It really is. It's growing on me a lot as it cools down. I feel like it's like picking up flavor.
Make it.
Make it. Thanks for watching, my friends, and just to make you aware, I have launched the Sous Chefs a few days ago, which is our private cooking community. I thought this was gonna be like a slow growth thing, but we already have hundreds of people inside of our Discord, and it is honestly the coolest thing ever to see food lovers from around the world just gathering in one place, sharing recipes, sharing techniques, posting what they're cooking for dinner. It's such a joy, man. And if a deeper cooking community really is of interest to you, definitely watch this video right here, where I went through my whole entire cooking history and how that led me into social media, and then how the social media led me to the Sous Chefs. I hope to see you in the Discord, but if not, all good. Until next time, you know I love you and I'm out.